Hello everyone. We all know that our Indian economy is going through a difficult phase, and it is not only about India but worldwide similar situation is happening. People around the globe are forced to sit in their houses. People around the world, majority of them are struggling to earn their livelihood, to get jobs, or even to run their businesses. And for the consumer, he is forced to sit in his house and his spending is restricted. And the problem which we are facing now is unprecedented. This has never happened in the past, which is why it is getting difficult for us to deal with it. This is a unique problem, and so it needs a unique solution. You see, there are two types of problems. First is a problem which we are already familiar with. That kind of problem is the one whose solution we already know. We know it from our past experience, or maybe we have read about that problem from someone else's experience. So we can use our past knowledge to tackle that problem. So recession, depression, hyperinflation, these are some things whose solutions can be addressed as quickly as possible, because we already have examples in the past and we have seen how certain countries faced or solved those problems. So we have solution for depression, recession, hyperinflation, and so on. Then there comes the another kind of problem, the second kind of problem, the type of problem with with which we are not familiar, which is a first time experience, like the problem which we are facing now in 2020. So getting a solution for this problem is, as of now, difficult, because we don't have any past knowledge, any past experience to deal with this sort of problem. There are no previous guidelines, no steps, nothing. So we have to be creative. We have to find out a new solution. And the great economies, which is America or European countries like England or Scotland, the strong economies are trying their best to find out a solution to deal with this problem. And even developing countries like we, India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, we all are trying our best to find out a solution to this problem. And the problem which I am talking about is the economical problem. You see, in 1929, we had depression. The word depression means the condition where the individual has lost all hopes, where the individual has given up. So in 1929, the economy was depressed. People were not willing to spend, people were not willing or interested in buying, selling. They were not at all interested in carrying out any economical activity. And there were many psychological reasons for it, along with economical reasons, of course. So, somehow, the banks at that time found out solutions, found out new ways to revive the economy, which you can see in the reforms of 1929. So that was a problem which was natural. Depression was a result of the World War II and also some other political reasons. But the World War II was one of the major reasons of depression in 1929. So that condition was in a way unavoidable. But still, the world banks or the strong economies found out their ways out of it. And the problem which we are facing now in 2020, it is almost opposite of the problem in 1929. We called it depression, and the problem which we are facing now, I feel we should call it repression. Repression is a psychological term. It means a condition where an individual represses or forces his active thoughts, his desires into the unconscious. He avoids it. For example, if you are angry and you avoid being angry, then you are repressing your anger. So that anger in a way gets registered in your unconscious, and then you express that anger through your dreams or in an unknowing way to some XYZ person. So the direction of anger changes, the moment of anger changes, but it is still expressed in some or the other way. So that is what repression means, and we are going to use that same psychological term in the economical background or in the economical sense. Right now, the consumer is not depressed like 1929. The consumer is repressed. His desire to carry out economical activity, his desire to buy, his desire to sell, his desire to do business, his desire to do job, all is repressed because of the restrictions which are imposed because of COVID-19. So all this repression is registered in the background. People have money but they cannot spend it. People have creativity, people have funds but they cannot start business. Some people have products but they cannot sell it effectively due to the restrictions, of course. Some people have the willingness, some people have that hard work, some people have that dedication, but they are not getting jobs. And all this is not because that the company cannot afford or the company is under debt or something, but it is only because of the restrictions imposed by the government, of course, for the safety. But what we are addressing now is the economical problem. All these desires of people to work, all this desire of people to buy, shop, spend, all this desire of people to start a business, to earn money, or all this desire of people to work is being repressed. We want to travel so much that the desire to travel was not at all that strong as it is now. The desire of the consumer to spend is so strong now that it was not at all the same in the past. The desire to eat out in the hotel or in the restaurant is strong now. The desire to go to theaters, watch movies is strong now. The desire to get a new motor vehicle or a new bike is so strong now that it was not at all the same in the past. So, all these desires of people to carry out these economical activities is being repressed. It is not because that they don't have money. In 1929, during depression, the problem was the money itself. People didn't have money to buy, to start business, to travel, or to do any sort of economical activity. But today it is completely opposite. We have enough money. The interest rates are low, so we can borrow, we can get the loan, we can get money as much as we want. But the problem is how to spend it, what to do with that accumulation. All this desire is repressed, which is why I am calling Repression 2020. And once we get the COVID-19 vaccine, or once this virus is settled in an effective way, then all this repressed desire will come out. All these people who are forced to sit in their homes will flock to the cinema theaters. They will flock to the shopping malls. They will stand in queues at restaurants to enjoy their favorite food. The youth, the young people will stand in queues at motor companies or showrooms to get their favorite bike, to get their favorite vehicle. The travelers, the travel enthusiast, will start making bookings in airline to complete or fulfill their desire to visit their dream location. Many of them who are waiting to get married, they will all visit the jewelry store, they will shop for dresses, they will shop for shoes. So there is enough money, enough liquidity in the hands of people, but we cannot see it right now because of the restrictions. So the big bull run is ahead. In the future we are going to see a huge bull run. I know there are people who are expecting a downfall, who are expecting that the market may collapse. Well, I cannot tell you about the market, but I certainly can tell you something about the economy. I can tell you something about the consumer. And this is what I feel. All this repression will later turn out into an economical boom. People will spend so much that the companies will get overwhelmed with profits. What you are seeing now is the impact of the current situation. The negativity which you are seeing in the market is of the present, but my assumptions are about the future. And any successful investor should always be concerned about the future. So, what I feel is that a huge bull run is upcoming, and this is your chance to take advantage of it. Be smart, do your own research. If you can find out opportunities, then grab them at the right time. The distressed companies, the companies which are suffering in the present, will be the ones which will act as an catalyst in the economic boom. The theater businesses which you are seeing, the restaurants, the real estate sector, the production, the music industry, movie industry, the travel industry, all that which you are seeing, which is impacted right now due to COVID-19, that will actually turn out to be into a stock market boom. It will give rise to a stock market boom. So if you are smart, if you think you can make right choices, then there is still time for you. A big bull run is ahead. Thank you.